What is Pokemon about? Is it about catching cool, cute, and mysterious pets? Is it about becoming a Pokemon master or catching them all? Simply journeying and making friends along the way? Learning about the mysterious world of Pokemon? Those concepts certainly captivated many and pushed Pokemon into becoming an absolute global behemoth. It has to be one of those things, right? While the franchise does heavily value these aspects, they aren't what tied together all aspects of the franchise together. It's actually pretty simple, and upon hearing it, you'd realize how obvious it is, but many seem to overlook it. It's one word, in fact: growth. But if I were to expand on that, it'd be growth and togetherness. From the games, to the anime, to even the Pokemon manga, everything adheres to this theme. It's only in the bond between trainer and Pokemon that they can grow and accomplish more than they could have otherwise. The trainer, in being able to travel the world and gain recognition in what he's able to accomplish with his Pokemon. Whether that's battling, breeding, or Pokemon contests, it's only something he or she can do with the mysterious creatures known as Pokemon by his or her side. As for the Pokemon, it's only from trainers that they can evolve and become better than they currently are at the side of their trainer. In the world of Pokemon, battles inherently aren't unethical, because the Pokemon want to participate in them to get stronger and reach the new forms they heavily value. It's stated numerous times how Pokemon actually want trainers, and for the few exceptions, we see time and time again how they should be treated. Butterfree wanted to be with his lover, so Ash let him go. Lapras wanted to be with its herd, so Ash let him go. Aipom would rather do contests, and Weasel would rather battle, so Ash and Dawn traded. The optimal behavior and how to treat Pokemon is shown constantly. Every Pokemon's desires should be respected, is what we're taught. It just happens that many Pokemon want to battle with trainers. While Pokemon can evolve or get stronger on their own, in most cases, it's a harder feat to achieve, and there are limits that they often reach alone. Like in the case of Hawlucha in the X-Y anime, he was a champion winning countless battles as a forest defender, yet he couldn't master his signature flying press. It was only through the help of Ash that he could eventually master this move and became stronger than he already was. Trainers, such as Silver or Gladion, echo something similar to Hawlucha, and how they're limited in what they can do alone. Silver in thinking only strong Pokemon mattered, not realizing bonds can push Pokemon further. Gladion believing struggling alone to gain power is how one gets stronger. What's interesting is he's not even a bad person like Silver was. He just genuinely believed in that ideal. That very ideal held him back and his type Null because, while they had a connection, it prevented them from truly becoming one. Type Null only became a Silvally when his thinking was reprimanded by the trainer in Hau. Gladion failed to make any progress toward his goals, and was really just stuck being a lackey for Team Skull until he decided to give the Path of Connections a chance. In turn, he and his Pokemon were able to grow. Growth is integral to Pokemon because without it, the stories likely wouldn't have captivated as many as they did. The bonds wouldn't feel as tangible without the core being both sides growing in mutual cooperation. We see this in how invested people were and still are invested in Ash's anime journeys. How he went from a naive kid, constantly misunderstanding others, and making lame excuses for his losses as to not blame himself, to someone who has a mastery over Pokemon, knows how to properly raise them, and excels in understanding all his Pokemon's needs and desires. Despite how frustrated people can get at Ash not winning a league over the years, again and again we see people who have been there since the beginning tune in with the hopes that the 10-year-old will finally become a Pokemon master. And when he finally became one, it was news that echoed far and wide. The games similarly have people wanting to form new connections with their Pokemon, in hopes of yet again embarking on a journey to become a Pokemon master. Even if they attempt to paint a narrative that the games are getting worse, there's a clear aspect drawing them back again and again. Even now, new fan favorite characters pop up, such as Lily, whose story touched many longtime fans as a standout among the franchise. all due to how she grew over the course of the game, from someone who hated Pokemon battling because she didn't like seeing Pokemon getting hurt, which is likely just due to Lusamene's poor treatment of Pokemon, which tainted Lily's viewpoint of Pokemon trainers, and in turn, she never wanted to become a trainer. When she's able to get away from that, her viewpoint on battles begins to change rather quickly, thanks to the admiration she built toward the player and Hau, and being able to see all the opportunities being a trainer offers, and how the Pokemon themselves are happy to be with a trainer. The admiration she has also pushes her out of her complacency, and she's able to be more daring, tell off her mother, and at the end, embark on her own journey to become a Pokemon trainer, which is what the game was building up toward with her character. It was all because she was able to go on this journey rather than be a puppet to Lusamene. The Pokemon Adventures manga is able to push themes of growth in its journeys, such as Red and Blue's rivalry, forcing them to learn from each other in order to go forward. Red had to stay calm and overcome his ego, while Blue had to overcome his arrogance in order to adapt. Growth and togetherness further emphasized in how Team Rocket and the corrupted gym leaders attempt to take shortcuts in order to get stronger, but it's shown such things can't really stand up to a genuine bond, exactly what Oak told Red in the beginning. This aspect is one of the strongest foundations of the franchise, and it's incredibly natural in how it links together with the idea of going on a journey. People grow and change when going on journeys, so of course the franchise will focus on growth built on new people, Pokemon, and sights you see. Pokemon is a simple franchise, but the lack of analysis on YouTube of the story aspects is somewhat saddening. Theories often take more precedence, and while they certainly are using lore to craft them, it's a bit different than talking about the immediate story. That's not a knock toward theories, as they're certainly fun to think about and can take a lot of research and effort. I just personally think that talking about the story and themes of Pokemon is lacking on YouTube, which is especially sad when games such as Black and White get praised for its story and questioning the very foundations of the franchise, yet there's not really analysis of its story. You can find some of it in reviews probably, but not its own, separate big thing. Sun and Moon was praised as one of the strongest stories, at least when it first came out. Yet there's similarly no analysis. Explorers of Sky, from what I've heard, has a compelling emotional story, but where's the video focusing on that? Pokemon Adventures, praised for being a tad darker and having a bit more cohesive story, has nothing on it. Even the simple Pokemon anime has a bit more to be tapped into. It's telling when there's only one person who has dipped their toes into that. Hopefully, more people will eventually make more because it seems a bit unexplored for how big the franchise is. Dear God, don't make me do it all myself. Just want to thank a few people real quick. Thank you What the What for the new outro you'll be seeing soon. And huge thanks to Mogi for the new channel art. I can't stop staring at it. Please help me. Thank you Jordan for this other Lily art that I commissioned. Thank you Gito for this Fuego banner. I couldn't have made such amazing art and graphics on my own. Seriously, thank you very much.